Good morning, Stallions. This is our third ACT writing prep lesson. Today we're going to talk about organizing your essay. On the last video, we looked at doing the quick outline. So just kind of creating our claim or thesis, and then the two big topics that we wanted to talk about. The reason we want to do the quick outline is so that we don't forget what we wanted to write about when we get into the middle of our essay and just kind of blank out. So today we're going to expand on that. If we were looking at our quick outline, we would want to organize our essay, kind of like what you can see on the screen. You would want to have, and this is basic stuff, again, just kind of reviewing the stuff you already know. You would want to start off with your introduction, okay, which would contain your thesis or claim. And then you would want to have your two topics, okay? So I think in yesterday's or in the last video, we talked about our topics. The reason we would want to give up some freedom in order to have the health and safety of others. That was what I decided my claim was. I decided to talk about the topic of speed limits and vaccines. Okay, so that's for my two topics. Now, again, this is just an outline. You would want to turn this into complete sentences that, one sentence after another in paragraphs and those things. I just want you to kind of see a sketch of what the essay would look like. Okay, so again, this is your introduction that would contain your thesis or claim. For me, that's going to be that we should give up some of our freedoms in order for the health and safety of others. The reasons I'm going to discuss is speed limits and vaccines. Okay, so notice this is topic 1 and topic 2. So my first body paragraph, because remember our body paragraphs discuss our topics. My first body paragraph is going to be here about, since I said I would talk about speed limits first, I'm going to talk about speed limits here. So I want to state at the beginning of my first body paragraph, speed limits help improve, or I should give, people should give up their freedom for the, should give up their right to go fast to make sure everybody is safe and healthy. Okay. So you can see that I've started to fill in my outline. Again, this is going to be a full sentence paragraph, but I'm just kind of showing you what it would look like. So I've got my first topic, which is going to be on speed limits. People should give up the right to drive fast for the safety of others. My first example, so remember you need to give, you're going to want to try and give two examples. So I've got example A and example B. And these are going to be proving why people should give up the right to drive fast. Because remember, that's our topic, giving up our rights for the health and safety of others. So my first example of why people should give up their right to drive fast is going to be that speeding endangers others. Then you need to explain, how does speeding endanger others? Well, accidents at high speeds don't have a lot of survivors. Okay. Then I want to kind of continue on with this idea of why should people give up with their right to drive fast, with example B. Going the recommended speed limits helps you and others. Okay. My explanation of how going the speed limit helps others is it prevents accidents and deaths. Now, I could continue on with this and kind of elaborate the idea of, stopping distances. You want to have if you're going too fast, you won't have enough space in between cars. You could talk about an accident that you saw on the highway where the speed limit was 70, which is, starting to be a little fast. So this is the part where you can tell your personal, examples of where you have seen this, or you can kind of keep it basic, similar to what I have here. The more detail you're able to give in that limited amount of time, most likely the better. Don't forget, in this, in your body paragraph, you have to include the other side. Remember, that was part of the assignment, is you have to talk about what the other side would say. So don't forget that you need to include a sentence here about what would the other side say. The other side would say, and this is formally called a concession. So you could say, although, the other side would say that, going fast alleviates traffic because everybody slowing down is what causes traffic jams. Although the other side says that going faster than established speed limits can prevent traffic problems, or although the other side would say that going faster than the speed limit gets you to a place faster, you then want to still bring it back to what you think, or at least what we think on this paper. Although getting to a place faster is good, it's more important to get there safely, or it's more important to get there in one piece. Okay, so remember, you have to acknowledge the other side. Okay, then we're going to come down here to our second topic, which is going to be vaccines. Now we're looking at our second topic up here. Remember, we said that our second topic was going to be about vaccines. So people should give up the right to not get vaccines in order to help others. Remember, we got to tie it back to our claim. So my topic sentence, my reason two, vaccines are important to prevent disease and it should say their spread. My first reason or example of why vaccines are important to get them, even though you don't want to, for the health and safety of others, is that vaccines, such as for meningitis that we get when we're kids and all those other vaccines, prevent deaths. My explanation, before vaccines, people could actually die of diseases that are commonly not even around anymore, like smallpox. Now it's really rare for people to even get those diseases, especially in the US. Okay, what I decided to do here is to actually put my concession as my example B. Okay, the other side says that vaccines can cause autism. Okay, I would say that. Well, research saying vaccines can cause autism has been proven false. Okay, explanation. Therefore, there's no reason not to get one. By not getting the vaccines, you can spread disease and you could make diseases that we cured before deadly again. Okay, so notice here, that's another option, is to include your concession as part of your examples. Okay, and then this last part would be your conclusion. You would repeat your thesis. Again, it shouldn't be exactly like you said it up here, but repeat your thesis, restate your two reasons, and a little something extra, if you can see it right here, is to give the big picture. If you are willing to give up your freedom to say no to shots and speed as much as you want, if you're willing to give up that freedom, how could it help the rest of our country, the rest of our world? Most people who include like a big picture last statement usually score a little bit better on the essay, because it shows you're not just focused on what you think, you're focused on how your opinion can help others. Okay, so that's the last thing to include. Again, this is just an outline of what you should have, the big pieces that you need to have, but hopefully this kind of gives you a guide of the things you should definitely have in your essay for the SAT. All right, guys, let me know if you have any questions.